Welcome to Toit Fishing. I'm Warren and this is episode 2 in our line-to-line connections. This is part of our ultimate fishing knot guide where we look at how to tie all these awesome knots from all over the world. So come and join the ride, or should I say, join the raft. Bit of cheese, I think, Ben. So you either learned the surgeon's knot or the blood knot when you were a lighty. Both are really easy to tie and provide a satisfactory connection to join two pieces of fishing line together. These are the knot descriptions or parts to a knot that we refer to. The tag end, this is the end of the line which you will use to create the knot. The standing end, this is the remainder of the line that runs up to the rest of your main line or the next knot. Turn, also called a wrap. A turn typically refers to the tag end passing completely around the standing end or another detail within the knot, a full 360-degree revolution. And finally a cinch, also referred to the tightening of the knot, basically when the knot binds down to its completed state. Let's take a look at this blood knot and see how easy it is to tie. Take the tag end of your main line and the tag end of your leader and cross these two lines over. Ensure there's 8 to 10 inches of tag for both lines. Then take your right hand thumb and index finger and pinch the X at the crossover section. Using your left hand, wrap the tag end around the standing end of the other line 3 times for now. Now take the tag end and tuck it between the two lines on the other side of the crossover detail. Then change your grip now. Use your left hand and forefinger and hold the X detail and the tag you just tucked in. Now using your right hand, take the other tag end and pass it around the other standing end 3 times for now. Then take the second tag end and pass it through the exact same opening as before. Ensure both the tag ends pass through the same opening and pass in opposite directions. Basically, as the one line exits, the other line will enter. Bottom to top for the one tag and top to bottom for the other tag. Then pull these gently together until the knot starts to form and it's big enough to fit in your mouth. Then add saliva. Then hold the standing ends in either hand or use a couple of bars and cinch the knot up. Then trim the tag ends on each side, leaving the tag ends about 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters from the blood knot on both sides. And that's it, the blood knot. This is the pointers or tip section and actually was suggested by one of my subscribers to give a more regimented breakdown on the knot. So thank you for that. Number 1, wraps. This is going to be a much larger topic and I will break this down in the world's strongest knot when we test the blood knot. For now I'll tie it with 3 to 5 wraps and test it. If it's going to slip, it'll be the braid or the thinner main line slipping. So add a wrap until you're comfortable. Number 2, if you're a fly fisherman, this should be your go-to knot for joining your tapered tippet onto an additional piece of line when forming a dropper loop. The reason for this is that the additional line you add will present a nice dropping angle for the presentation and the casting. So just cut the main line tag and use a longer section for the additional line for your dropper loop. Number 3, use this knot for equal and unequal thickness lines. Number 4, if you looked a little closer at this knot, you will also notice its similarities to the clinch knot. In fact, it's 2 clinch knots tied back to back. If you've not seen our how-to tutorial on the clinch knot, click right up here for that. Number 5, just a reminder, know what the knot looks like, especially the final detail of the last tag tuck. Remember the tags exit opposite each other in complete opposite directions. in the center of the knot. Number 6, on thicker lines, these tag ends that are cut may in fact be problematic if you're a lure fisherman continually trying to cast the knot through the rod eyes. You may already be using a different knot. Number 7, ensure to always use saliva or wet the knot. It helps these knots form a lot easier, especially on thicker lines. And number 8, finally, this is really important. When you start the knot on the one side, you're going to find yourself going anti-clockwise and then put it through the cross, hold it. When you do the other side, you'll be going clockwise. The idea with the knot is to keep all those loops in the same direction when it cinches up. So if you did it clockwise to start off with, your second side will be anti-clockwise. It's the back of the knot and the front of the knot. But just make sure all the winds are in the same direction. It doesn't really matter if you start clockwise or anti-clockwise. Just make sure it's opposite on the other side. And that's it. Once the knot is cinched up, it actually looks like a really nice knot. However, how good or what lines it works best on, we'll say for another episode of the World's Strongest Knot series. Stay tuned for that. So that's it, the blood knot. Give this knot a go. It's your turn after all. Test it always. If it slips on braid, add a wrap. Just a reminder to keep learning your knots, especially how many wraps you need for a particular line weight and leader material. So, is this knot easier or simpler than the surgeon's knot? Well, probably not, but it's very close. The switching the hand trick is the only slightly difficult part, as you may end up unraveling or dropping the first tag. Until next time, I'm Warren. Thank you for your support this far. I hope you enjoyed that. Here's a quick breakdown, 60-second how to. Check it out.